Hi there. Lots of people are doing lots of gardening at the moment because of the time of year and because they're not at work and because they can. And we might be starting to get more achy backs and stiff knees and stiff necks and shoulders and things because of doing all the gardening. So I thought I'd do a little sequence which is really nice for relieving some of the aches and things that happen from doing gardening when you're not particularly used to doing it, or even if you've just had a relaxing winter and now you're getting on with some gardening. So it's a little sequence. So we start in Tadasana, standing with the feet planted on the ground, finding the roots, feeling the reassurance of the ground beneath us. And then lifting the arms up in front, right up, and then tilting back just a little bit so your pelvis comes forwards and your upper back goes back. So you don't want too much dipping in the lower back as you do this. So it's the upper back which goes back. You can lift your chin if that feels okay for you. And then tilting back over, dropping the arms, dropping the chin down towards your chest, bending the knees and rolling down through a beautiful curve in the spine into a forward bend. And that can immediately bring some relief in the lower back, but also in the neck and the shoulders. Bending the knees enough now to find the ground with your hands, and bending the knees more so your hips drop down to your heels and you come into a little squat. And this can be lovely to relieve lower backache. You can actually do this while you're gardening. And so let's reverse that. Dropping the head, dropping the heels, lifting the hips into a forward bend, and then slowly rolling back up through a curve in the spine, and then keeping on going, the arms come up, the pelvis comes forwards as the upper back tilts back, and then standing straight again, dropping the chin, rolling down, bending the knees, coming into a squat, finding the ground with your hands, looking up if that's okay, and then back into a forward bend. So we're going up and down. So let's bring the breath into this now, breathing in as the arms come up, a little bit of a back bend, not for too long, breathing out, back to standing, keeping on breathing down, out as you roll down into a forward bend, into a squat, looking up, breathing in, breathing out, drop the heels into a forward bend, stay there, breathe in, breathing out, drop the heels and uncurl up to standing, tilting the upper body back as you breathe in with the arms up and then breathe out. Drop your chin, arms down, roll all the way down into a forward bend and into a squat. Look up, breathe in and breathe out. Drop the heels, lift the hips, roll up. Breathe in as the arms come up, tilt back, a little bit of a back bend, and then exhale all the way down. So from the squat now, let's do a bit of variation. So walk your hands forwards, come onto all fours, have a little rock back and forth, tuck the toes under, feeling the ground beneath your hands, spreading the fingers, really huge span between little finger and thumb on each hand, and you're coming forwards far enough to feel something unfamiliar happening in your wrists, helping the wrists become more flexible, strong, and the same thing's happening down the other end with the toes. So your toes are doing something they're not used to. And then next time your hips rock back, push your hands into the ground, lift the knees and arrive in a forward bend, hanging out there for a moment, breathing. And your head is completely hanging, neck is very loose. And then coming up onto your toes, then drop your heels, walk your knees, walk your hands towards your knees, lift your knees, drop your head, drop your heels, roll back up to standing, Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out. Roll yourself down into a forward bend and then to a squat. Walk your hands forwards. Leave your toes tucked under. Rock forwards, rock back. Lift the knees and arrive in a dog pose. Shoulders are doing absolutely nothing. Breathing. And then rolling the knees back down. Walking the hands towards the knees. Pushing the hands into the ground so the knees come up into a squat. The heels drop into a forward bend. With the knees bent, rolling up. Breathing in as you come up into a bit of a back bend. Make sure you're not hunching your shoulders. And then exhaling all the way down again. Forward bend. Squat. Walk your hands. Rocking forwards. Rocking back. Lift the knees. Dog pose. Drop the knees. Walk your hands towards the knees. Lift the knees. Drop the heels. Roll up from forward bend to standing. Arms come up, breathing in. So you get the idea. It's a lovely up and down flow that brings your spine into flexion and extension. So you're curving it. In the squat and in the forward bend. Curving your spine. And then extending it just for a moment in the back bend. So if you're spending a lot of time leaning forwards, gardening, a little bit of a back bend like that can feel wonderful. And the whole time your neck is long and loose. And you can carry on in and out. Might need to watch this first. Follow my instructions and then just find your own speed. Keeps your knees strong and flexible, ankles, toes, hips, wrists, shoulders. And then to finish off, resting in child pose. Feeling the breath moving in the back ribs. Letting the heartbeat and the breathing come back to normal. And staying in your child pose for as long as you like. Breathing. So that's a nice little gardener's flow from Yoga Becky Kent. Take care.